Hey, tell me honestly, when was the last time you were truly here? Not thinking about what's next, not replaying yesterday, but just here. We live in a time where everyone's in a rush to become something. But Zen asks a different question. Can you simply be? Let's sit with that. The art of being, not becoming. In Zen, there's a famous phrase, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The point, nothing outside has to change. You don't need to escape your life. You need to wake up inside your life. There's a story of Ikkyu, a Zen monk who was once asked to write something wise. He wrote one word, attention. Not satisfied, the student asked again, so he wrote, attention, attention. Confused, the student pressed, what does that mean? Ikkyu replied, attention is life itself. That's the secret. Presence isn't about exotic retreats. It's about seeing the sacred in the ordinary. A woman once told me she realized she'd spent years chasing peace when it was already in her morning chai. The warmth of the cup, the quiet before the house woke up. She said, Zen wasn't something I needed to find. I just had to stop ignoring it. Zen master Shunryu Suzuki once said, each moment is all we need, not more. That one line alone could reshape how we live every single day. Let go of the label, just breathe. One of Zen's simplest teachings is this. When walking, walk. When eating, eat. It sounds too simple to matter, but think about it. When you eat, are you eating or are you scrolling? When you walk, are you feeling your feet touch the earth or are you rewriting arguments in your head? I once tried this practice while washing dishes. No music, no multitasking, just water, soap, breath. And honestly, something shifted. The world slowed down. I didn't feel rushed. I felt home. Zen says you don't need more time. You need more presence. Thich Nhat Hanh taught that if you truly breathe with your full attention, you already arrive, not at a place, but at yourself. There's a story of a Zen master who asked a student, what is the sound of one hand clapping? The question wasn't to be answered. It was to break the mind's need to analyze. Because when you're fully present, there's no need to label, just breathe. Silence is not empty. It's full of answers. Zen monks often sit for hours in silence, not to clear their mind, but to watch it. Imagine this. You sit by a lake, the surface is still, suddenly a leaf drops, ripples. That's how thoughts are. Zen teaches, let the ripples come. Don't chase them, don't stop them, just watch. There's a story of Bankai, a Zen master. A student asked, what do I do with my anger? Bankai said, show me this anger. The student said, I can't, it comes and goes. Bankai replied, then it's not truly yours. That's it. We don't own every emotion, we are just clouds passing through the sky. Zen reminds us, silence isn't the absence of noise, it's the presence of awareness. Even bird song in a forest monastery isn't a distraction. It's a part of this silence. The present moment doesn't need fixing. In the modern world, we are taught to fix, improve, hustle, optimize. But Zen greatly nudges us. What if nothing needs to be added? I met a woman who had left corporate life to run a tiny incense shop. She said, I stopped trying to be perfect. I just let each day be what it is. And now I sleep better. Another example, there's a temple in South Korea where every morning begins with an hour of sweeping fallen leaves. It's not about cleanliness, it's meditation. The monks say the path clears when your mind does. And here's something personal. I once stayed at a temple guest house in India, obviously. Every morning, a bell would ring, not to signal prayer, but to remind everyone to pause and do nothing for 3 minutes. Just sit, breathe, exist. Zen doesn't teach self-improvement. It teaches self-return. Not be better, but be here. When you stop judging this moment and start entering it fully, you realize this is enough. Satori, sudden seeing. In Zen, there's a concept called Satori, a sudden flash of insight, an awakening. It's not a grand moment, it's subtle, like when you suddenly notice how beautiful your mother's hands are, or how the sky is a different shade of blue after rain. There's a story of a Zen student who achieved Satori not during meditation, but while drinking tea. One drop spilled. He watched it fall and suddenly felt completely alive. Another story tells of a monk who was sweeping the garden and suddenly saw a single yellow leaf fluttering in the wind. In that instant, he felt the unity of all things: wind, leaf, breath, life. That was his Satori. Zen is not a finish line. It's a shift in how you see. As the Zen master Dogen said, the whole moon and the entire sky are reflected in one dewdrop on the grass. Can you see the whole world in this breath? Be here beautifully. So how do you master the present moment? Not with effort, not with rules, but with awareness. Wash your hands as if it's sacred. Sip your tea like it's the first. Speak slower, listen deeper. Take one walk without your phone. Eat one meal without distraction. You don't need to chase peace. You just need to stop running. That's the Zen way. And maybe today, right now, is the perfect time to begin. Thank you.